Hello, good evening and welcome to my humble model railway, Bedford Junction. Now it's quite late in the evening, so if any of you are going to be watching this, it's Friday night and it is getting quite late. It's the first time I've had a chance really to sit down and do this video. I've been itching to get this locomotive for some time, which I'll be featuring in this particular video. And it's a locomotive that I've got great affection for, many happy memories, and we'll be looking at this locomotive quite soon. We'll be doing an unboxing and first impressions of this particular model tonight. Sorry if I make any mistakes or omissions tonight. As I say, it's been a long day. I've been all afternoon painting a fence of all things, and I had a little sit down, a bit of a rest. I've got everything put away now and I'm just sat down recording this video. Now I'll explain to you, we'll go through my association with this locomotive and a particular railway, and two people I saw featured in a BBC programme who I never had the actual privilege of meeting in person. Now without any further ado, we'll get onto the actual locomotive itself. Now the actual locomotive is still in the box, so we're to see how it comes from the this how Hornby would have wrapped it up. And I bought this from a dealer called Jadlam, or Jadlam Tools and Models, Toys and Models, sorry, and they're based in Glastonbury, and it's R30351. BR class 9F 210, number 92203, Black Prince. Okay, era 11, which I'm assuming is going to be in preservation. Right, now it does come in this rather large box, not fragile. Okay. But it was wrapped up in an outer polythene packaging, so you couldn't really see the word fragile there when it was being posted, but it appears to have arrived without any dents on the box. And we'll do the entire unboxing experience because I think it's important. Okay, so this is how the model actually comes once you take the outer box off, and you can see it's Black Prince. Black Prince. And then given to this locomotive in preservation. Now we need to remove these two foam ends, and then we're down to the actual locomotive itself. Okay, so an outer polythene packaging comes off. I'm going to try and keep all this together because it's obviously we've not tried to run this locomotive yet. Now Hornby have actually appeared to have improved their packaging. It's going to be DCC ready. You can see that there, DCC ready, and a 21 pin connection. So they've gone from their original 8 pin decoders. Now we'll see if we can get, sorry if my arms are getting in the way, we can get this this box give in. These lids come on quite tight. I'm removing this off camera. Right, so off comes the lid. And once we remove the lid, we can see There's a history of the locomotive here. We'll have a look at that. Also a drawing. Dated 2021. Hornby Hobbies, Margate Works. Scale 00. Okay. Picture of what you can expect to find on the box. Now there's a nice sort of drawing of the locomotive on this side of the box as well. 00 gauge model railways. So we'll just put that to one side. We'll slowly find our way to all the packaging. A lot of you will be shouting, why don't you just get on with it? Well, I think it's nice of it to see how these locomotives come. I think a lot of the manufacturers have gone towards these particular boxes now. Now once you get inside of here, that's where you're going to be putting out the block of ice packaging. We are getting closer and closer. Okay, so there's a foam liner there. We've got the usual Hornby instructions. Class 9F, 210 steam locomotive and tender, DCC ready. So we've got usual advice about lubrication there, accessories, where to oil it, close coupling, assembly, DCC decoder and sound fitting. Now am I going mad? They tell you how to remove the tender top. There don't appear to be any instructions about body removal of the locomotive. Accessories supposed to be couplings ×2, AWS guard, left down front step, right hand front foot step, vacuum pipe and tender brake rods. Well, those front steps will only be fitted, I should imagine, if you're going round wide radius corners. Put that to one side. Now, here we are then, so we've got the block of ice packaging now. I'll just remove this. The accessories bag. Yeah, brake waddings. Etched nameplates in this accessory bag, if you can see all that in there. I'm trying to get it all in focus for you. They've got painted figures, drain cocks. There's those etched plates. If you've seen my previous videos where I fitted etched plates, I can't wait to get those on. So you'll see me getting those fitted in due course. We just put the accessories inside the box. Now we're getting to the bit that we were all waiting for. Just try to get into focus on the where we are. That's it. Okie dokie. The locomotive. Okay, so far there don't appear to be any bits missing or whatever. It's got this outer sort of additional protective polythene. There we go, so we've removed that. We'll get a closer look at this locomotive in due course. I got very high expectations for this. This is superb. First impressions, yes, superb. Right, now, no loose bits in the box, I'm happy to say. I'm going to get all the packaging and detail parts to one side. Right, so we'll be moving the camera onto the layout. I'll be rejoining you shortly. I'll get this one onto the tracks and we're going to find out if she runs, okay? Now what I'm going to do is we're going to see if this locomotive actually runs. I'm hoping I got it on the tracks correctly. It's quite a long locomotive, being a 210. Right, seems to be running very, very smoothly forwards and backwards. So no untoward noises. So I think it's time for us to run this locomotive, watch it go round, and we'll talk a little bit about black prints. Now, what kind of features have we got? I can tell watching this locomotive go round. One thing this locomotive has is a flickering firebox, working very, very well on DC for me. Looks like a lovely orange glow. I don't know if I'll be able to capture that on camera. We'll try. It's running very, very smoothly. Very, very, very impressed with this. Well, we can watch her go round now. Go round and we'll run her in a little as well while we're doing this and while we're talking. And this locomotive will always have an association with me. If you can imagine, back in the early 1990s, in my early 30s, believe it or not, that's when my interest in railways started to become a thing. And it really started off because I was travelling on the railways in relation to my work, and I kept going through stations and wondering what, you know, different things were all about. And then I decided to go on a steam railway, and one of those steam railways I actually ventured onto was the East Somerset Railway. Now at the time, and this would have been the time which I don't know if you'll ever get back again on the East Somerset Railway, David Shepherd still had a very, very great association with the railway. He helped actually found the railway, and he brought two locomotives to the railway. One was this one, which he called Black Prince, which was a 9F, and I believe he took this one into preservation right out of BR service. I think it started off on the Longbourn Military Railway, but at some point it ended up on the East Somerset Railway. And there was also another locomotive, I believe it was a Class 4, standard Class 4, which was called the Green Knight. And I can remember seeing these locomotives on the East Somerset Railway. Now, it's my belief that this is the locomotive which would have been featured in this video. all changing every Creech Junction. I think they're showing Evening Star, but they did show Donna Bill, one of the famous drivers of the Somerset in Dorset, with his fireman Peter Smith actually driving this particular locomotive. I believe that to be a fact. The 9F, and they talked about how the 9Fs were suitable for the steep gradients of the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Well, that's some of the things that get you hooked. You know, in this particular video, if you can see that, and it was some of these particular TV programs, videos that got me more and more hooked onto railways. Now I hope you're staying with me on this, because I know it's meant to be an unboxing and a first impressions video, but also I thought I'd relate to why, when I saw this model up for available, and it was the last one that this trader had for sale on eBay. And I don't know about you, but when I make my choices, sometimes I was fortunate to have a little bit of money put to one side to buy this with, and again it was one of those now or never purchases. If this was the last one they had on eBay, how long would it be before another one would appear? I prefer to buy my models from eBay, and a lot of sellers are actually on eBay now, dealers, because they offer pick-up collections, so I don't have to be waiting in all day for a parcel to arrive. And it's all I need to do is just drive across to the collection points, pick up the locomotive and bring it home. Now I brought this back yesterday, but I did have the priority of the fence painting, and it's now getting on for 11 o'clock. I think we're about 11:15, I think, on a Friday night. And for those of you who are out night owls like me, I hope you're enjoying this particular locomotive. What a model! What a model! You know, but sometimes, I mean, you just know, don't you? You just know. And the second you pick the locomotive up, you open up the box. There's no loose parts in the box. It feels, you know, put together right. You get it onto the track, and it's running like this, absolutely beautifully. These were designed as freight locomotives, but they were also used on passenger trains on the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Really, to get those heavy trains like the Pines Express over the 1 in 50 gradients, which the engineman had to face. And these locomotives could pull a train over the Somerset in Dorset without double heading, and that was one of the reasons why it was. I think it was Ivo Peters who put forward a proposal to put one of the people who proposed 9Fs on the Somerset and Dorset, and I think they went on in 1960, and they were on the Somerset and Dorset on and off until 1963. Of course, sadly, the Somerset and Dorset closed in 1966, all part of the Beeching Cups. Now we're going to have a running session with this one, because I'm going to compare this with the railway version. You may think that is a highly unfair comparison to make, but it will give you an idea what you're getting extra. I mean, one thing is you're getting your flipping firebox. I can tell you now, without even getting the railway version out, you're getting far more detail here. It's a beautiful model. It's in BR8 Quest. Now we are going to switch cameras in a moment, because we're going to bring this one into the station so we can have a proper close-up look. And also I'm going to see if we can get a look at that flickering firebox, and also we want to see if we can have a look at the cab detail. I mean, with quite a large cab like this, the cab detail is going to be quite deep inside, and sometimes the only way to actually get inside the cab to get a shot would be to remove the tender. I don't want to really do that in a moment. Well, let's stop the camera just for a moment. Right, so we're going to see 9F black prints, hopefully going over the points. Straight over the points into the station. Okay, I'm going to up the exposure a little. There we go. So we've got the exposure just ever so slightly, so we can get a better look at this particular locomotive. So we're just going to come into the station now. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, so this is the chance to actually see the locomotive in all its glory. Lovely detail, glazed cab, coal looks good. The chimney been painted over in black. I believe that it was only Evening Star got the copper coloured chimney. And I'll go with you from above. We'll see this is a double chimney locomotive. And there's a nameplate black prints. So we are hoping we'll be putting etched plates. They're certainly in the accessory kit and they're going on. It's quite a long locomotive here actually, so we can see it's in a BR8 Quest. The BR8 Quest was from 1956 on. You can also see the wheel bearings are picked out in yellow there. Very nice touch. Cab number 92203 there. And lots of detail and pipe work just in front, well, on the top of the firebox. Lots of detail there on top. That's handheld. You can also see the coal load, very nice coal load there. And you'll find, yes, part of my big fat fingers, there's a sliding vent there. And from here, we can clearly see the 210 wheel configuration. All the running gear, very, very nice. Connection rods, really nice. What a superb locomotive. What a superb loco. I don't know if we can see inside the cab. Have a look. See some of the detail there. Hopefully. I haven't had a chance to look in the cab myself, like I say, because it's quite recessed. And there's a model from the other side there. We'll see if we can get onto the Lazy Susan, I think. will do this locomotive some real justice. Okay, but you've seen how it runs over points. Now, on my layout, I assure you, okay, wholeheartedly, if this locomotive can go over the point system on this layout, it will go over anything, practically. Okay, it did it very, very smoothly. No clunking on the points. Quite impressed. Let's watch her leave the station just a second. We can watch it from the other side now. Let's move the camera angle around. And there it is, going out over the points there. I paid, what price did I pay for the locomotive? About 220 odd, I think. Hornby's recommended retail price about 250, I believe. Am I glad I bought this locomotive? You betcha. Right, so we're looking at the locomotive now. Who's had a nice little look without me talking. Now, let me just see now if I can get down to a level. I'm not supposed to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to see the locomotive is called Black Prince. That was a name given to it by David Shepherd. And then also, like I say, there's another locomotive out there called the Green Knight. You can clearly see it's a 210 locomotive. Designed for heavy freight. Like I say, it did end up being used also on passenger trains, especially on the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. Looking at all the valve gear, really nice. Pipe detail, handrail, metal whistles, I believe. Sorry, they're safety valves. It's getting late. Pipe working whistle there. And we can see that it's got the late crest. Really an all over sort of it. I think it looks nice in black like this. And that's what the freight locomotives were designed to be. We haven't got the steam pipes connected yet. Let's move to the front of the locomotive. Just try and get down a little bit. There we go. We're pointing onto it now. There we go. 92203. Shed plate down there, I believe. Separately fitted dart. Do we have sprung buffers? On all the locomotives while I do it. Oh yes, we do. They're very springy. And we've got extra detail fitted here as well. Really, really, really nice. A feature we can see here as well. So you would expect to get on modern locomotives. It's got a fully glazed cab. Okay, and then we can see Black Prince again, more pipework. Loads of pipework down here, that's all. I don't believe that's painted in that colour on the railroad version. We'll have a look at that at some point. And again, we've got a nice view of the valve gear. The crest is very, very well done. Also, we've got the we've got the bearings all picked out on the tender. Now, to be able to see inside the cab itself, I think we need to have a little bit of inventiveness put on for that. I hope we've got this in focus. Back of the cab, different plates here. Again, oh, we got the coupling on the back. The coupling's not been fitted on the front because I think a lot of people don't run their locomotive tender first, do they? Sprung buffers again. Separately fitted handles, ladder, handrails here and here. Stacks of detail, lots of riveting detail. All round a beautiful locomotive. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a view inside the cab, because like I say, it's quite deeply recessed in there. Cab detail is really nice, what I can see inside there. Loads of wheels and things. The reverser. And you know, for those, you know, you can almost imagine the crew being in there, can't you? I'm going to fit the crew. I'm going to do a little bit of handheld here because we're going to have a look underneath, a quick look underneath, but only very, very quickly. I'll try and do it without getting my mucky paws in the way. I don't know if you can see this, but under here you've got the bar and the socket. Sorry, the bar with the screw at either end instead of the clicky fitting that you've got on some locomotives now. And you've also got the wire with the plug. Now, okay, the dap hole is more, it's convenient to snap the tender on and off on the dap hole manner, which I've got. But this one here, I would say that it's still a good way of holding the tender on. It's very, very secure. Very, very secure way of doing it. What a lovely locomotive. Well, that's further evidence of how well this locomotive goes over points. It went over the points at speed. I must admit, that was my boo-boo. I forgot to reset the points, the main line. And that was proof of the pudding. This locomotive can handle points beautifully. Absolutely superb. Right, let's just watch this locomotive pull away from the signal. There we go, off we go. Oh, lovely, look at that. Absolutely superb. Of course, on the country station. I can see that flickering firebox. I mean, Hornby, I mean, feature-wise, is this locomotive worth the money? In my humble opinion, yes, it's worth every penny. Looking at it, I couldn't see any defects, glue marks, thumbprints, anything daft like that. The finish looks quite nice on it. Nice black finish. And it reminds me of the days when this locomotive was actually on the East Somerset Railway along with the Green Knights. Now, we'll be doing another video of this one, a bumper running session I think, where we're going to do this one putting possibly a passenger train. So I think that's on the East Somerset Railway, that's what it was most associated with. But oh, a lovely, lovely thing to see go round. Absolutely delighted. Now, if you like what you see tonight, please press that like button and subscribe. And thank you to all the people who have subscribed and supported my channel. The people who are regular commenters, make regular comments. And you know, when you make these comments, especially when they're positive, I find those comments very encouraging. It gives me the confidence to continue with this channel, because it's a relatively small channel. It's just under 500 subscribers. I think I probably need about another 9 to bring it over. And so if you're not subscribed to the channel, it will be a great help to me, and it'll give me a great boost personally. Am I worried about making money off this channel? Not particularly. My main interest is to share these models with the general public. Anyone who wishes to look in on my channel, and you can see me sharing these models with you. That's what it's all about. Because I mean, back in the day, the only way you had a chance of sharing your locomotives was if you actually went to an exhibition or went to a modern railway club, or you had people, you know, you invited people to the house. Since I've been using YouTube, I've been able to share this, share my modern railway collection with a wider audience, and to me it's a privilege to be able to do that. Okay, now on that note, we'll watch it come round one more time, and I should bid you farewell and good night for now. Oh, look at that.